Welcome to Get Ripped Collectibles.
All right, Mike, let's so we are through all five and we're rocking. We're gonna get this thing done in 90 minutes and which is gonna be awesome. So we're through the ACC. So now we talking about who we thought were gonna be the four teams in the playoff, right? Is that where we were going? Because I got playoff on my list. Or
Yep.
do we want to go top 25
No, we're going.
and save the playoff?
No, it'll be top six. Top six.
Top six. All right. Top six. All right. So, much chagrin of the local Bulldog fans. I am going Michigan at number one. I am going Georgia at number two. I am going Ohio State at number three. I am going LSU at number four. I am going Washington at number five. And Alabama at number six. So
Interesting.
I have three.
Because you told me something different for the graphic.
Oh, snap. Did I really? What?
Yep.
Oh, snap.
Your top 25 was different. I had you at Michigan 1, Georgia 2,
Yeah.
Ohio State 3, LSU 4,
Yeah.
Alabama 5, and then USC you had 6. Because you, I think, forgot about Washington.
Yeah, that's why I changed it. I changed it to and moved because I missed Washington because I had Washington beating USC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember we talked about that earlier. So that's why I say Washington. All right, so our graphics jacked up, guys. So my bad. Washington, I have number 5, then Alabama 6, then USC 7. But
Either way, they're on the outs, so it's not. Yeah, it's
they
not
are,
huge.
and they're not going to be in the playoff. The playoffs only 4, which is Michigan, Georgia, Ohio State, LSU.
I think this year, though, is, each year it's more and more a reason why they should have expanded it a long time ago. But I think this year specifically, people are going to be very thankful that next year it's finally expanded.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, you look at these teams right here. This doesn't include Penn State. This doesn't include, Team Texas.
Well, Clemson.
Notre Dame,
wins the ACC. They're out.
Clemson, exactly. Yep.
It's
tough.
big boy football bias,
tough.
right? It's SEC. For me anyway, it's SEC and Big Ten bias without a doubt. And the only reason I think I've got Washington on the tail end, if somebody falters, then they could, depending on how they feel, depending on how well Washington does, they could, one of these 4 teams would drop and they put Washington in. And when I look at my top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is that, if Michigan is going to play, if I projected correctly, Michigan's going to play Iowa in the Big Ten championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they win, they move on. Well, then the backup team I have is Ohio State. Well, they lost to Michigan in my theory. Then you have Georgia and LSU. In the way I picked it, they're going to play for the SEC championship. Whoever wins, and the backup goes in. That's a little bit more conceivable than the 2 Big Ten teams. But it'll all be fun, and we got one more year of this shit, and it's 12 teams, and then it's, a lot more schools really get excited about what's going on. And when 12 teams get in the playoff, it's not just 12 teams that are going to be excited toward the latter part of the year. It's going to be almost double that, right? There'll be 20 teams that are going to, 20, 25 teams that are like, damn, we got a chance, we got a chance, we got a chance. So it's just gonna be the bomb. I mean, I'm excited about 12. It might have been too much, but it is what it is. And I think and now that the Pac-12 is going away, you're really gonna have four championship teams that go in, right? And you're gonna have 8 at-large teams.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep.
I mean, that's gonna be the bomb for the big boy conferences. So I'm excited about it. But again, this year, my opinion is it's Michigan's year. I think, like I said, he's a goober, and that's a term I've used since I was in high school. But Harbaugh's a goober. But I'm telling you, they got the team this year, and they're gonna beat Georgia this year. I promise you that. And I think I think the experience at quarterback and running back is gonna make it's just gonna give them just enough edge to do it, because I mean everybody thinks that Georgia can, Georgia's going to go undefeated again and blah blah blah. Granted, they're recruiting their ass off, but I firmly believe in this Michigan team this year, unless something major happens.
I think it's interesting that you did the winner and the loser of both Big Ten sort of championship and the SEC over something like a Washington coming out of the Pac-12.
Yeah, I did. Well, if you go back and look at records, it's 0-1, and I just think by the time when it's all said and done, it's going to be 0-1. It's going to be enough to make this thing, to much chagrin of the public, it's going to be the two big boy conferences that end up this way. That's the way I see it right now. And it might not be right, but that's just kind of the way I feel right now at this point.
I got you. Well, I got a little more parity on my end here, Dave. So I got Michigan at 1. I'm with you. I think if they're able to finish 11-1 with the schedule that they have, I think that they'll be positioned at 1. I think Tennessee would be number 2 if they're able to beat Georgia and sneak into that SEC championship against LSU. I think they got a good shot. Texas, I would have at 3 at 11-1. Again, I mean, if they're able to get to that point, that schedule is a gauntlet. So, and then Notre Dame, I have at 4 at 11-1 also. I think Notre Dame's going to have a really good year this year, and they're always annoyingly just top 5 for whatever reason every single year. So I think that they'll sneak in at 4. First 2 out, I got Washington at 11-1 at 5, and then I got Clemson right on them at 6 at 11-1 also.
So did I hear a Georgia at all?
No,
Did
Georgia.
I hear an LSU at all?
No.
Yeah, that would be that ACC.
Yeah, I tell you, man, it was when I was doing it, I felt really like Desmond Howard. Like I was just absolutely just throwing darts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's about that's pretty much it. Desmond Howard. That's it.
Yeah. But hey,
left field.
You know what? Worst case, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Nothing.
Best case is it happened. I'm a genius, so we're going with it. We're going with a little parity in college football this year. But at the same time, the parity is just going to be that there's a ton of good teams that could all sort of slip into those playoff spots.
True that. All right.
So real quick, give me your top 3 Heisman guys, and then we'll wrap this one up and call it.
So we're gonna go reality. I think the winner of the Heisman is going to be Jaden Daniels from LSU.
Oof.
a safe second bet. Did you put this up on a graphic?
No.
Okay, good. Because I'm changing. So I'm going to say number 2 is Caleb Williams, and I'm going to have Drake May as number 3 instead of yours.
Nice.
So I'm going off because, these 3 are the top 3 in terms of the odds, I believe.
Right.
But I really feel good about Daniels if he stays upright and and it just kind of goes along.
But didn't you have Kansas?
Theory.
Oh no. Jaden Daniels at okay.
Yeah,
LSU's Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, LSU Jaden Daniels. So it's my whole theory that LSU has a good year, Mike.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It beats Bama, wins the West. Because the story has to go or you're screwed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if USC loses 2 or 3 games, Caleb Williams ain't winning shit, and if Washington somehow makes the playoff, then Michael Penix is in the running, right?
That's true.
And then if your theory comes to fruition, then yours, because Quentin Ewers is in there, because don't you have Texas in your top 4? So
that's my top guy. I got Quinn Ewers as my number 1, and then I got Caleb Williams at 2, and at 3 I got Joe Milton. It's my dark horse.
Yeah, you're all over Tennessee. So if Nevada doesn't want to go to the Tennessee-Florida game, maybe I need to take you to the Tennessee-Florida game, and you can watch. See what happens up there, bro.
I don't want to go see that shit.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'll watch it on TV, man.
What if Blind Squirrel gets a nut and we freaking beat your boys? I mean, your theory would be freaking hot garbage if the Gators beat Tennessee.
That's true. I tell you who I do have y'all beaten. Hold on. There is a little sneaky upset. Just for real quick shits and gigs. Let me see here.
You had us beating Arkansas at home.
I gotta go to the back to find y'all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, appreciate the support.
I do have you beating Arkansas.
Yeah,
that's what it was. I went back and forth a little bit on LSU because for whatever reason, whenever y'all play LSU, the away team,
it's always a great game. It's a 7-point game every
always.
time. I don't give a shit anything.
100%. But there's a weird trend towards the away team winning that game. You'd always think like the Swamp, home field advantage, Death Valley, home field advantage, but for whatever reason, when those two teams play each other, it's kind of like wiped out the window. It's weird. Those are weird games. Low scoring games with balls. Never mind. Pause. Anyway, I think that's everything on the preview, Dave. Who's your overall?
House just joined us. Public House, the man, the myth, the legend, Public House in the chat right now. We know that guy, don't we?
Something like that.
So
you got Michigan as your overall champ?
Yeah, I think they're gonna do it. And where are you?
I think I'm on Michigan too. I think Notre Dame has a shot to sneak it from them though. If they get in at that 4 slot in that game,
that Kool-Aid. I think their gut. You got the thing in your guts on that. You know how Notre Dame always slips up with a couple of games and lose them, and all it takes is 2 and they're screwed. They lose 2 games, they're done.
They got a quarterback now. They haven't had a quarterback since.
They do have a quarterback. They do have
Brady
a quarterback.
Quinn. I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah. It's been a minute since that's happened. So, So very exciting. We're excited. We're excited about 2023, and the college football season. And remember, we're going to go back to our regular schedule in a couple of weeks. We got some things going on, but Thursday nights at 7:30 is going to be our normal schedule, right? But what is going on? It's tomorrow. Gator Dave leaves for Europe again. So Gator Dave and Miss Gator Dave, she probably wouldn't take the Gator because she's a Bulldog. But Nirvana, we're headed out tomorrow at 4:00. So we're going to be out for 2 weeks. So we're gonna record week 1, right, Mike? Mm-hmm. And we are thinking that we will drop it on Monday. How about that?
I mean, we could drop it tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
Well, why don't we drop these first? And then drop this on Monday because it's a new week. It's past week 0. I want to get past week 0 since we're doing week 1. So let's drop it on Monday, Miguel. So we drop it on Monday, week 1. So everybody will be able to watch week 1 on Monday. And then week 2, the goal is to have week 2 being live. Mike will probably be on his own. Hopefully have my picks on week 2 on 7:30 the Thursday prior to week 2. And then we'll get back in the swing when I get back from Europe. But we're extremely excited about year number 3. And Mike really thinks that Miami's going to win 9 games this year, folks. I don't know. I need to look around and see how many people besides Miami might think that 9 games are going to happen. But We'll find out. But
I mean, if you want to bet which one of our teams is going to finish with the better record, we could do that.
I've made some notes. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's the notes. Wisconsin, you say, is going to be 11-1, and you have the Hurricanes at 9-3. So by the time we get to week 1, we will have some side bets. How about that? When we drop week 1, let's have some side bets. Meaning,
I mean, I just told you to bet. My team has a better record than your team.
I need to reevaluate. Well, let me look, dude. I have your team with a better record than mine, so that would be stupid to bet for me, wouldn't it, Mikey?
Technically, you have them the same. You have them both 7-5.
So we would push, right?
If your predictions were true, yep.
Yeah. All right, we'll have this by week 1. When we get on the next show, we will have our bet taken care of. Done. Plus, I'm telling you, I just this Wisconsin thing's got me all in a tizzy, so I might have to side bet that one too. So,
all right, quick question, and then we'll sign off on the preview show.
Yes,
I'm putting you on a spotlight. Week 0, there's like 6 or 7 games. Any of those that you like?
Yeah. There are. You put me on the spot, but I can get to it really fast because I have my new setup here at the Gator Den, the Gator Hideout, whatever you want to call it. So here's what we have in week 0. We have Navy playing at Notre Dame, and that's like 20.5
in Ireland.
Oh shoot, that's right. It is in Ireland. Doesn't really matter. That's a little much. We have UTEP at Jackson State, with UTEP getting -1. We have UMass at New Mexico, and New Mexico State. New Mexico State at -7. We have Ohio at San Diego State. This is it right here, buddy. San Diego State getting 3-point at -3. I am going to tell you, Mike, that bet Ohio on the money line. They're going to win that one straight up. There you go. There's your week 0.
All right.
There's your week 0 bet, Mike.
I love it.
Ohio money line. I mean, if you want to go +3, fine, but if you want more money, go with Ohio on the money line. I think they're going to beat them straight up. That's where I am on week 0. I'm staying away from everything else. What about you? Anything look enticing?
The only one that I was maybe considering was USC against San Jose State, but that's a 30.5-point spread. It's
that's a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, I think USC might put up 70 on them if we're being honest, but it's just a matter of how much that garbage time TD on a Lincoln Riley defense. I don't know.
Yeah, and they pull everybody at halftime.
Yeah. So,
I don't.
But that could easily be Caleb Williams' Archie Griffin trial at campaign. He could get 7 touchdowns in that first game, and all of a sudden he's right back there at the top of the board. But we'll see. 2 days away. We're almost there.
So my Jared wanted to point out that he is staying at my house while I'm gone, so that's a good thing. So, a good thing. Right. He's house sitting. I got my house sitter.
Gotta protect the Gator Den.
Stay in the Gator Den. Isn't that right, Jay? So, you the man. All right, so we are gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna drop week 1 on Monday, and then week 2 will be at our normally scheduled time at 7:30 Thursday prior to week 2. Right, Miguel?
Yeah, so it should be, what is that, the 6th or the 7th of September?
It is Thursday's the 7th. So Thursday, the 7th of September at 7:30 will be first live show. But week 1 will drop on Monday, and we shall rock.
Cool.
And Public House is asking about any UFC predictions for Singapore. So I'm a little lost there, but
that's a separate show.
Okay. All right. Good to know. All right, folks. Well, it's all good. It is wonderful to be back. 2023, another great season. We're hoping our Hurricanes and our Gators are better than last year, hopefully. And I'm excited about 2023 and being out there with you guys. And there's the U, and there's the Gator, and go Gators! Have a good one.
Appreciate everybody watching.